the treehouse. I'm gonna need to mute my Twitch dashboard because I can hear myself twice.
Oh, no, you don't. My bad, that was me, sorry.
Oh, you're on.
Go
okay,
ahead,
gotcha.
You're good now.
Welcome, guys, glad to have you. I'm gonna be doing a collective reading today. Emma is my friend who's staying with us, in case you have not met her yet. She's been staying with me for about a month now,
Yes.
a little over a month. So she's gonna be here with us today too, just chilling. I'm gonna have a little chat first, and then we'll go ahead and go into the reading. And then if we have time, I'll go ahead and open the queue. Welcome in, glad to have you. I know that when I do open up the queue, I'm gonna take the people who had written me the most beautiful Google reviews. So if you don't get a chance to get a reading today, I am prioritizing for next week then, people who go ahead and write me a Google review. Because it doesn't cost anything, and it really does actually help me. And I've done plenty of free work for the last, I don't know, late 2019. So it would be wonderful to go ahead and get some of the reviews back. That would be beautiful. I'd appreciate that. So that's what I'm doing right now. So you don't have to be subscribed. You don't have to whatever today. But if you want a reading for next week on Wednesday, go ahead and write a Google review for me if I've already given you a free reading on Twitch and it's been super helpful to you. I am giving back an equal energy exchange to do a reading for you the next time that we're live. So first things, just to catch up, I do want to say hello to everybody. So hi, Roseflower. Hi, dear. Glad to see you. I'm doing really well today. I hope you are doing well also. Welcome in. And Weeble's back. Hi, Weeble. I know, it feels like I've been gone for a long time. Yes. I also feel that way. And Kim, thank you so much for your subscription. Hi, dear. It is great to see me streaming again. I am glad to be streaming again, yes. And I do feel like things are calming down in my life, and I feel much better emotionally, much more clear about what I want to be doing. So it's just going to be a steady incline from here. So I'm very excited. And thank you for your subscription, hun. And hi, Jet Black. Jet Black Ink, welcome back, honey. If you want to write a review, you can. I mean, obviously, don't write a review if I haven't read for you. So, what you gonna write about? What you gonna write about? Hi, Quarter Square. Welcome in, honey. I'm glad to see you. Hi. I don't know if I still have the link copied, but I would be able to get it to you. I would be able to get it to you. So, let me go grab it really quick, because I know there's a link. I can't remember where I went, though. There is a link, for sure, but I'll give it to you in just a second. I wish I could remember how to do it, though. Maybe it's in promote. Ask for reviews. Oh, here we go. Copy. I just found it. I found it. Here. Control V. That's the link you can use if you want to be a kind, beautiful soul and write me up a Google review. I'd really appreciate it. Hi, Roger. Welcome in. Hi. Yes. So if you are, if you use Google, you can also Google Lady Lunastar. You should be able to pull up my account. I don't know if my Google account shows up straight away, but it might. If you go to my website, you can definitely find it there, for sure. It's under my reviews section. So there's a review, or you can type up a review strictly on my website, or you can go to the Google reviews. So that's how I'm doing the energy exchange right now. Haven't seen you in a while. This is a whole new look, Quarter Square. I look different, I know. I pinned my bangs back because I didn't want to... I can't be bothered to go to the stylist and the salon. The last time I went was like January, and that was when I cut it to here. And then I had my short bangs. That was January. I haven't had a cut since. So my bangs are getting a bit long. But hi, welcome in. I hope everyone's feeling good. Does anyone feel like the energy has shifted recently? I myself feel like it has. I definitely feel like it has, for sure. I think whether or not you feel it has depends on how much work you've done on yourself and how much awareness you have pulled into your reality. You know, I think that's really gonna be the indicating factor of how much better you feel, or how much more of the energy shift you're kind of noticing. Because I think I've been noticing it gradually, but definitely as time is like going, I definitely feel the energy shifting more towards the expansive kind of growth, kind of opportunity, kind of abundance kind of energy as time has kind of progressed. So it was really dense and really heavy, and I kind of had to unpack that myself. So I feel, for those of you who are maybe not unpacking that yet and you're still feeling dense and heavy, that abundance energy is definitely here. And it's definitely here and on the way and available. It's just you gotta unpack that stuff first. So, and that is part of what I wanted to make an announcement about today too. I am going to be hosting a energy work event, right? And the energy work event is going to be it's going to be a group meditation where I'm guiding you through your own energy work, and we're going to be unplugging you from the old energetic grid and plugging you into the new one. So if you're trying to unpack all of this heaviness from the last energetic era, and you're like, this is hard, I need some help, that event would definitely be helpful for you. Patrons, you don't have to pay for that event. You automatically get a ticket. And I'm automatically going to send you a link to get in there to that event. So that is kind of like a Merry Christmas. I love you. Thank you so much for supporting me and what I do. The other individuals will have to purchase a ticket. So you can purchase the ticket on my website. I would highly suggest that people be physically there if they can. The energy is going to be more intense if we're actually all sat together. You're going to feel more of the energy. However, if you still want to be involved but you know you can't make it at that time slot, so that's going to be November 28th at 1 p.m. That's on a Sunday. So I figured the weekend would maybe be easier for everybody. So November 28th on a Sunday, that is when the event's going to take place. If you cannot make it that day, but you still want to be helped getting plugged into that new grid, you can still purchase a ticket, and you can still follow along with the meditation. That's still going to work for you. It's just not going to be quite the same energetically if you're not actually there, but it can still have benefits. This will be a repeating event that I'm going to have. I'm kind of being guided that this is going to be like a 2 or 3 session event. So kind of keep that in mind as well. Depending on how you feel after the event, maybe once is enough for you, but maybe after the event you're maybe still struggling, so maybe you need to attend 2 of them or 3 of them, you know. But I do think I'll stop it at 3, because about that time then Patreon will be ready to kind of shift into that focus of that kind of work that I want to do for people, because I recognize I can't help everybody with that, but I can help a lot of people, and so that's why there's that ticket price there and why I'm not doing it on Twitch. So I hope that makes sense. Anyway, I guess my announcements are over. So I have definitely been noticing that the energy has been shifting, but if you do not and you're struggling with that and you feel like definitely connecting to the new grid rings true to you and you feel like that would be helpful, feel free to grab a ticket on my website. Okay? All right. So, Quarter Square says it's been a rough week in Quarter Square's life. I could totally see that. Yeah. Yeah. Miss Umber says Emma wears a different country t-shirt every time there's a new stream. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. She loves the whole globe, okay? We don't know where Emma's from. Emma's like me. Emma's from, like, out there somewhere. And thank you, Miss Summer, for your subscription with your Prime. I appreciate you so freaking much. I got your gift. I did get your gift, and I sent you a picture of it. So thank you so much. You're so sweet. Can we make a game where we guess what country she'll wear next? Maybe. Is that what you think we should do? It's a good thing.
Say that.
Yeah, that's Miss Umbra. One of our students at our school attempted suicide this morning, Quarter Square. Oh dear. Yeah, they would. I'm gonna be 100% honest. If you are not doing self-care right now, if you are not trying to console yourself on some level, or learning to calm yourself on some level, or learning to emotionally support yourself on some level, right now is really, really hard. It's really, really hard. So that does not surprise me. Sending lots of love and prayers, Quarter Square, to them and you and everyone else involved. It's really hard energy right now, but it is shifting. It is moving. I swear. It just doesn't quite feel like it if you haven't started unpacking some of that stuff. Did you just get home? Hi, Divine Consciousness. Welcome in. Welcome in, hun. Hey, Nemesis. Thank you for your Google review. You are on my list for reading today after our general read, which I'll get to in a minute. I will get to that. Hey, Karina. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Yes. I think we're all feeling a little bit better. I do think that this energy is shifting, though. I really do. So I will go ahead and jump into the reading here in a minute. I did just want to mention that this weekend we probably will have a stream. It will probably be a very relaxed stream where I'm just kind of chatting with Emma, because I know we were making jokes about, like, it's a Lady Luna Star retreat, like you gotta live with Lady Luna Star for 2 months, like, you know, like, it'd just be kind of fun to talk about some of our experiences, because we definitely, both of us, have felt like being together has definitely opened up some channels, and so that's definitely interesting. We'll definitely be talking about that, because there's a lot of healing that's been going on that I think Emma really would like to share, pretty much, and whatever you're comfortable with. Yeah, whatever she's comfortable with, we'll let her share. If you guys want to ask questions like, what's it like to live with Lady Lunstar? Is this really how Diana is all the time, or is this just a show? You know, like.
I mean, yeah.
So I thought that would be fun, just to have a chat with her, and then I'm not sure. I might want to play some Minecraft this weekend. I have a couple of errands to get done yet this week, but I don't have any birthday parties or like birthday dinners or like people grabbing at my attention this weekend, so I can give it to you guys. Plus it'll be fun. So hi, Nerdmeister, welcome in. Hi, honey. Did I get a chance to read the review, Roseflower? I will be responding to everybody's reviews probably sometime this weekend. But yes, I did look, and everyone who wrote a review, you will be in line for readings after our general reading. So we're going to do a collective message here in just a second. Nemesis says he's hope you're doing well. We would love to hear. I know, right? Isn't that interesting? I thought you might want to hear. Yeah. Good evening, all you wonderful folk. Hey, welcome back, Ordelian. Welcome in, sweetie. Are you guys ready for this general message now? Have you guys been doing your work? Doing your best is really what I should say. Have you been doing your best? Because the energies right now are freaking crazy. They're crazy. They're crazy. I heard another guy at work who was like, my car died and blah 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 blah, and I had to get a new one. There's lots of new cars happening. And maybe I'm just paying attention to it though, because like that happened to me. And then the guy at the shop was like, 5 people have had new cars break down. So I kind of like the layout for last time, so I'm gonna do a couple of breaths, and then we're gonna plug into that energy and see if there's any changes, and then go from there. So I think that's what we'll go ahead and start doing. You found $1 after your birthday, Miss Umbro? I think we did that last time. I think we usually find money on your birthday. Because we were walking in Battle Creek. Wasn't that around our birthday? We found dollars, each of us. Thank you for following, Spoke. Welcome to the treehouse, hon. All right, let's get into this one. Hi, Spoke. So we have Emma in the background who wanted to help us by doing some energy work. So I am going to be channeling messages, okay? All right? I'm channeling messages. Emma is doing all the energy work in the background because it provides her with some practice. And she just loves doing it. So we're going to thank her. But that's what she's doing. So if you feel some energy, if you feel calmed, if you feel relaxed, if you feel comforted, that's probably not me because I'm channeling energy. It's probably her. Unless I grab my wand, then it's a mixture of both of us. Which I won't do that until I finish channeling the message. We're just gonna ground and let these come out. We're looking for I do that every time. We're looking for a general message in regards to the global energies, planetary energies. We want to know if there's any developments. Please help us get a nice, clear, and concise message for the collective energies and any guidance with that. Thank you. Holy crap. I was just saying this today. Okay. I know I briefly talked about this in our last reading because this is just basically the same. We're still the same energy, okay? And this is going to be pretty much the same message, but there's going to be some differences in here. There's going to be more. I feel like I'm basically reading the same energy and just elaborating further. And these two particular cards coming out this time, though, are talking about an urgency. So here's the truth. The old, we have the action card and we have foundation. So we have the King of Wands and we have the Tower. Let me tell you something, okay? The old energy grid of the earth is collapsing. Okay? The old energy grid of the earth is collapsing. But we have to give a shout out to all the grid workers, everybody who did grid work meditations, everybody who's like the grid work generators, we have to thank those people because they have already built us a freaking new one. Okay? They built us a new one. So back in January, when we all plugged into that grid, and then I said, let's feed the grid, back in January when we did that group meditation on Twitch, we were part of that. So if you were here for that, good job, guys. It worked. Okay? There is a new grid. However, which is why I'm doing the grid which is why I'm doing the grid energy work through my website, because we are so uncomfortable right now and we're so tired of being where we're at. And I think part of us we're feeling like this doom energy, maybe even some of us, or this urgency energy, or this anxiety energy, or like this something is looming energy, or this energy of like this wave is kind of on its way kind of energy. All of those are in relation to the old grid breaking down. It will not be here anymore, eventually. Some of it is still intact, but it will eventually not be here anymore. So, what these cards are saying, and I'll go back to the cards so you can see them, is that now you have to take action. Now you have to take action. There's no more sitting around and waiting for things to change. This right now, period of time that we're in, this winter period, we should really be changing ourselves. We should be doing our healing work. We should be changing the things in our life that we don't care for, that don't resonate with us anymore. Basically, what I'm being told is change your habits now while you're still in control. Change your habits now while you still have the choice to. Kind of comfortably. Or, when the grid collapses, you will be miserable and scrambling. And the universe will force you to do it. And you will be very uncomfortable. That's what these cards are saying. Do it. Take action now or else. Hey, Edge. Welcome to the treehouse, sweetie. Hi, Drathion. Hi, Mana. Hi, Crazy Bro. Hi, guys. I'm glad to see you. You guys just came in. Welcome in, guys. I'm doing a collective reading. I'm doing a collective energy reading. So I'm talking about I've been talking about the new energetic grid for the Earth that's been coming up a lot. So that's what I'm talking about. It is collapsing. We have a lot of grid workers that have built a new one. So we're in this stage of being uncomfortable, right? So I always say being uncomfortable means that you're growing. Being uncomfortable and taking action anyway, with that action card, Mr. Action, means that you're growing. So I am holding an online event where I'm going to do a guided meditation for people to help them connect to this grid. So this is really talking about taking action so that, because the foundations are literally going to crumble. They're literally going to crumble, and if you're not taking action, you are really going to feel it. You think you're uncomfortable now. Wait until this finally crumbles. then you're really going to be uncomfortable, is what this is saying. It's kind of like, you might even be noticing repeating patterns, repeating lessons, repeating cycles recently. Like, for me, it's been lack of abundance cycle, right? Lack of abundance cycle, lack of abundance cycle, lack of abundance cycle. Like, repeatedly, over and over again. And for me, I've had to go in there and heal why I feel like that's a thing, right? And then I have to take actions that start building onto a new foundation, a new way of doing things, right? Like charging for the energy work that I do, right? Which is something I would not normally do. I just do it for free. And then look at what happened. Right? Now I can't do the thing that I love doing because I didn't make enough money, you know? So now it's like, okay, you can't make the same mistakes twice. You can't keep in the same pattern and expect a different outcome. It's gonna get really uncomfortable, right? That wound is gonna be exacerbated if you don't change your action patterns, if you don't change your habits, your wound with whatever that cycle is that's showing up will continue to exacerbate. It's almost like learn your lesson and take the actions from learning that lesson, or the universe is going to hand deliver that to you, and it's going to hurt. It's almost like this is like the last. We always say sometimes, like, the universe will give us signs or teach us a lesson over and over and over again. And each time they show it to us, it's going to get a little bit stronger. It's going to get a little bit bigger. It's going to get a little bit more intense, right? That's just how the universe kind of shows you how to heal, right? These cards are basically saying it's now or never, or you're going to regret it. Like, it's almost like mom put you in timeout already, and the next time you do it, you're getting a spanking. So whatever you're letting slide right now, because it's not that bad, or whatever habit you have that you know is not serving you, you know it's not. It's proven time and time again that it does not make things better. That your habit does not actually make you feel better, act better, behave better, have better relationships, or have more abundance. You've seen in your life that those habits don't do it. So this is kind of like the last wake-up call. I hope that makes sense. I definitely can resonate with this a lot, for sure. Because I know some people have been having like, hey Morphman! Welcome in, hon. Thank you for the subscription. Yeah, it's kind of like when a parent puts you in timeout, which I think we've all been put in timeout, right? I don't know how much more the universe can put us in timeout than coronavirus, right? So if you have literally sat on your butt and done nothing to improve yourself for you, no one else but you, ooh honey, you're gonna have a really hard time soon. A really hard time soon. If you think now is hard, whew, I'm gonna be sending you hugs and prayers because whew, the universe is really gonna give you a spanking. All right, let's see. And this is all to give us better things. Because we know that what we're doing right now is not making us abundantly happy. We know that. Some of us are on our way to that, which is great. But we're only on our way there because we've done the work to find out what actually fulfills us. We've gone part of the way there. We've started that journey. Right? So we have the 8 of Swords, And we have harmony. I feel like people's behaviors are not going to be tolerated anymore at the level that they once were. I feel like if you are a bad egg, you are a bad egg. And I don't think that this coddling energy is really going to continue much longer. I see that being a thing. Because I think a lot of us have spent a lot of us are light workers here in the stream, right? And a lot of us light workers, us healers, us empaths, us whatever you want to call us, we have been so overly understanding with people that it's ridiculous. We have been so understanding with people that it's kind of to our fault. We've been so involved in understanding with other people that actually ends up hurting us, right? So like you give to somebody that you see hurting and they don't ever change their behavior, they don't ever do their own growth and development, that you spend all of your life, energy, and time helping them. But it's almost like those people used to kind of get away with it because they would be like, well, it's everyone's responsibility to help me feel good. You know what I mean? And we used to kind of coddle that. Like, of course, yes. We'll mother you. Yes. Oh my gosh. Totally. You should totally be emotionally supported and understood. And how many of you are having a hard time doing that right now, though? Thank you for the follow, by the way. How many of you right now are having a really hard time doing that because you're so tired? Because you're so tired. This will not be a thing anymore. It will slowly start to fade away. It'll start to fade away, and what's going to happen is we're going to start turning that energy in towards them. So it's going to be, honestly, like you in particular, person that needs all of this extra support, you are the only one who can do that for you. You are the only one who can do that for you. You are the only one who could do that for you. And I'm not saying that all the light workers are not going to help people at all, but I do think that those of us who have kind of, I don't want to say advanced because there's not really a scale to this kind of thing, but I do think those of us who have kind of learned this lesson of overgiving, this is going to shift into, okay, I support you as a human. I totally understand why you feel the way that you feel. Here are the tools you can use to help yourself. Instead of getting overly involved or emotionally attached, or, you know what I mean? Not that you can't care about that person, but I do see kind of, I do see the swords being pointed at the person. So it's kind of like this, not really harsh, but harsh for us kind of energy, and being like, look at this is what you need to do and the things that you need to be responsible for. It's kind of like flipping all the energy around, because those people tend to be reaching for everything, and all of those people that they're reaching for need to be pointing that energy at them, because that is the only way it's actually going to get fixed. So I definitely see for the light workers, and specifically, I feel like most of us in the collective, honestly, which is why I think relationships have been kind of touchy, because we want to help people that we are in relationships with, but we don't feel like we have the emotional space to do so. We really do. It's just we need to be doing it in a different way. So this is where that harmony comes in. So once we start laying those kind of like, tell people like, hey, no one can do this except for you. I can tell you how I did it, but I cannot hold your hand and walk you through that process. I just can't anymore. It doesn't work. So I definitely feel like with that, there's going to be some harmony coming in. Hi, Light Flash, welcome in. Hey guys, welcome in, sweetie. Drathian says, I've been trying to help a few others, and I guess it's draining me. Outside of work is making you stressed. Yes, I could see that. And he says, was it your birthday already? If so, happy birthday. It was my birthday. Thank you, hon. It was. Hey, Gilded Raven TV, welcome into the treehouse, hon. You're kind of over making allowances for people. Yeah. And we can still do it with a gentle voice, right? We don't have to get, and maybe that's the thing too. Maybe we are being a little harsh with it because we're so tired. Maybe these knives are a bit sharp for some of us because we're just over it. And that defense, that self-preservation energy, that masculine energy I was talking about in the last stream comes out and says, no, no, I protect myself. So there is a way to do it. Just make sure you're a bit balanced. If you need to take a step away from somebody, definitely take a step away. Definitely tell them that you need space. But I would try not to get aggressive about your needs, because then that's just going to hurt you and the other person. But I definitely feel like the break that we are kind of all waiting for comes with this. In recognizing finally that each individual person is responsible for their own soul growth. And that doesn't mean that we can't provide content like this, right? Where it helps as many people as we can. But I do think that hand holding is going to kind of slow down a lot, because not one person can do it all. Not one person can do it all. But we do have harmony coming through, which is beautiful. So I'm gonna take another look at this and see what else wants to come in. I'm kind of wanting to pull from my other deck, my Star Child Oracle. So that's what we'll do. Is this resonating for people? I feel like it's time to really, I feel like this is kind of like the now or never kind of energy. Like, make the changes now, or things are they're just gonna get way harder. It's just gonna get way harder. And it's just gonna prolong suffering. You know what I mean? Hey, Weirm, welcome back, honey. Yeah, Emma's wearing her nice Sweden shirt. You always feel guilty about setting boundaries with other people, Jet. How do we set boundaries in a healthy way? I did talk about that in the other reading. So I've done 3 similar readings this energetic, or this month. Has it been this month already? I don't know. I can't remember. I know I went in depth about boundaries in one of the other readings. I think it maybe 3 readings back. Hey, Katsumi! Welcome in, hon. Glad to see you. Hey, Danos. Going into hermit mode. You think about starting a spiritual retreat? I talk about hermit mode in one of my other readings. I think hermit mode right now is being used. It's part of an old grid. Hermit mode is part of the old grid. Hey, Johnny Sins, welcome into the treehouse. Hi. Extreme hermit mode. We've already been in hermit mode. All right. Let's see what else we want to have in here. general message. Hermit crab mode. Maybe. So we have Emma helping us today, doing some energy work. Alright, so please help us pick the right cards from this deck for the collective reading. And thank you for the follow, Johnny. Welcome in here. Collective message. Which has just been, this message has just been growing on top of itself. Alright, I'll take that one. Just that one. This would be a bit easier if I had bigger hands. Secret Mountain. Deep healing. Heck yeah. I like deep healing. Oh, okay, thank you. This is actually talking about the solar flares. Okay, thank you for that. Thank you, thank you. So, the solar flares. I do feel like, I know me in particular, since 2019, I have specifically been working the majority of my energy work on myself, and even with the group. So like when I used to do the group energy work on Stream Live, I used to use the solar energy. So I definitely feel like maybe the collective is really focused on using solar energy and bringing it down to the earth, like to them, to the earth, to the core of the earth where the grid starts and generates from, and into the grid itself. I definitely feel like this is definitely talking about the solar flares, and I do feel like that is definitely doing some of that clearing and healing for the earth, also for us. So, and I know I've said this before, and I know there's also like research about it. I don't know a lot about the research, but definitely, like, I think there's like some type of solar, I can't remember what it is. It's not coming to me, but the earth is definitely being healed by the sun, and I think the solar events are definitely helping us in that factor. I would say anybody that is needing deeper healing, I would definitely work with the sun. I would definitely work with the colors yellow and orange. See if there's anything else. Deep healing, vision quest, clarity, and truth. I do think that this is also maybe, I'm not sure if this is the case, but I'm going to say it anyway. There's a lot of people waking up, right? And there's a lot of people that are waking up to energy also. I also feel like with this card in particular, the sun is actually kind of clearing people's third eyes as well. So they're able to actually see and actually sense and actually feel what is happening. And I think that's going to continue. Those of you that maybe are overactive and you want to take a break, okay, just close it. Like this. Just close it. Then you're done. But I don't need it. I don't need it closed right now. There's a full solar eclipse over the South Pole next month. Yeah, I definitely don't think that these energies are going to slow down until the new grid is finished. So the new grid is not quite finished, but it's looking magnificent. It is there. We are there. We are right on schedule. We are doing it. Like, it's ready to plug in. It's there. So, man. Congratulations, everybody. I don't think this is going to finalize until the end of this energetic cycle that we're in. I don't think this is going to be finished for a while yet. Yeah. Yeah, so I have behind me Emma, who's doing energy work for everybody in the chat. Good night, Mana. Sweet dreams, honey. Sacral and solar plexus, exactly what I've been working on. Yeah, yep, I think so, Divine, yeah. Hi, CJ, welcome in. All right, so let's see what other cards want to come out for this general read. Thank you for the follow, sweetie. Oh, okay. I just heard that trees are very grounding. So if you are really feeling out of sorts, like you're floaty or you are you're overactive, right? You're trying to sleep and you hear all kinds of things and you see all kinds of things and things are flickering before your eyes. Go outside with the trees. They will help ground you. They will help ground you. There's also a dolphin here. Interesting. Thank you. Guidance, inner compass, support, and trust your guidance. So I feel inner compass. So this is talking about, in particular, no, I feel like this card won't make sense if you don't know how to tap into your compass. Your compass is your heart chakra. Your compass is your heart chakra. So those of you who want to become more intuitive or want to just trust yourself more or want to get answers to your questions, like here. It's right here. So if you are looking for things outside of you, like maybe not things outside of you, but like guidance, like signs from the universe, okay? Signs from the universe. It's gonna get really confusing. The best guidance system that you can have is in your heart chakra with you. I'm sorry you're having a hard time, CJ, hon. We'll give you some hugs, sweetie. You're okay. You're okay. I think Emma's doing some work with you. I think she's doing what she can for you, hon. You're fine. You're doing the best that you can. So if you feel like your typical way of receiving guidance is a little wishy-washy, or maybe it stopped completely, or you just are emotionally, I don't know, chaotic because of everything that is here, right? Definitely wanted to start working on the heart chakra for sure. I also feel like what's going to start happening for some of us, and I certainly feel this one, is, hey Big Load, is that we will be guided in a very short-term way. Like sometimes maybe in the past we felt like, okay, I feel this overarching energy that's kind of like leading me in this general direction that's very large and vague. I feel like this is going to be smaller, like more direct, but also very particular, but it's going to be in the short term. So this is not going to be guidance that's coming to you. It's going to be like a little nudge, and then you're going to be guided to do this thing. Or you're going to have a dream about something, and then a few days later, you're going to get a little nudge to do something about that dream. Or you're going to recall that dream that would have been guiding you to take an action. So I feel like most of us, really all the guidance we're going to have is going to be in regards to taking actions. Hey Goose Rune, welcome in, sweetie. Hi Disillusioned. Thank you for the join, Muff. Hi Armagorgon, welcome in, hon. You have no idea why you clicked on my Twitch, CJ? It's alright. It's alright. Just let yourself be. How are you doing, Armagorgon? I'm doing this general message. It's good. Yeah, it'll ease up. Alright, let's see what else we got here. Little baby steps. Baby step guidance. Synchronicity, flow. Okay, thank you. Okay, here's the thing. Sometimes we think this is how guidance works. You get the synchronicity, and then it's guidance, right? You use the synchronicity as guidance. No, it's the other way around. You get the guidance or the feeling or however you normally get your guidance. You get that, and then you don't know what to do with it. And then later, sometimes a few days, a few hours, a week, come by and you get a synchronicity about that thing. That's when you need to take your action. A lot of us are seeing synchronicities that aren't actually synchronicities. We're doing it this way. I see a synchronicity. What does it mean? No, you're doing it wrong. It goes this way. And you'll know when you plug into that heart center. Okay. Did you just finish dinner? Aww, it's good to let it out. I totally agree, Bigelow. I totally agree. And I know what you're doing, but it's still funny. Double rainbow, what does it mean? Exactly. Alright, so with this synchronicities card, we have opportunities in divine timing, open to change, and divine outcomes. So this is really how divine timing works. So here's the thing. If there's something you absolutely have to do, Spirit will find a way to tell you. They will literally tell you. They're not always going to be so like in the background, like really obscure, really confusing, really like cryptic. Okay? So what you're pulling me out of my channel. And you're doing it on purpose. So I just need to focus. Okay. Hi controller, welcome in, hun. So opportunities and divine timing and open to change. So we have to be open to change because a lot of this grid, like I said, is falling apart. And we have to be able to take these actions because those new foundations are being built and are trying to be built, and in order for you to have an easier time transferring over to the new grid, you're going to need to be able to trust in getting that guidance first and getting a synchronicity based on that guidance. So for me, I can give an example. For me, I got a dream. Okay, that dream said, do not wait. Do not wait. Literally, that's what it said. And I'm like, well, there's only one thing right now I'm waiting on. Okay? There's only one thing right now that I'm waiting on that is like eating away at me all the time. So then what kind of synchronicities do I get? Synchronicities that show and repeat that thing that I'm waiting on. It doesn't go the other way around. Like I see a synchronicity about this thing and then I think it's guidance. Spirit's going to be very particular about what they're telling you right now. So no more of this cryptic stuff. If Spirit really wants you to know, they will actually tell you. And if you're not listening, they will find a way to get your attention. They're not as cryptic as you think they are. If that makes sense. They're not as cryptic as you think they are. They're actually pretty straightforward. Jackhammers, not sphinxes. Exactly, Goose Rune, yes. So this is definitely how divine timing works. Sometimes we think divine timing is like, oh, well, it'll just happen in divine timing and I won't really have to take an action and it's just going to kind of like flow in and I won't really have to change anything that I'm doing because I'm already on my path. Like, none of those things are true. You will have to change some things. Just because you're on your path now doesn't mean your path is automatically 100% paved. Because you're not 100% healed yet. So you're manifesting that path based on healing that's not done. You started that path based on the healing that's not finished. So of course your road's not going to be fully paved and you're not just going to sit around and wait. You got to finish that healing and get that guidance, that synchronistic guidance through that healing process. I hope this is making sense. So just because you're feeling pressure like you need to change something does not mean that you're off path. It just means you need to adjust it. So, be open to change. Be open to changing yourself. Be open to changing the way that you do things. Be open to just changing yourself for the better. For sure. This is also talking about like this whole time frame of now. If you are awake right now and you are somewhat understanding what I'm telling you, congratulations. This is divine timing. You are supposed to understand this reading at this time, right? You were supposed to be awake during coronavirus, right? You were supposed to start a spiritual journey during this time because guess what? The rest of the collective is going to need our help. Because it's going to be a shit show for them. They're going to need us to help them understand what is happening. They already do, but it can't just be me. Can't just be people on YouTube. Can't just be people on Twitch. You know, it's got to be you guys too. Your family members maybe might even start opening up a bit. Anyway, this is all in divine timing. So if you're feeling like, what the fuck's going on, don't worry. It's change. It's change for the better. Alright, any other cards want to come out from this deck? I'm going to channel a little bit more and see what else wants to come through. Thank you. Sovereignty. Right to choose. Immunity to hooks. When we are not healed, and we are never finished healing, okay? So I'm not saying you're either healed or you're not healed. That's not what I'm saying. But when we are not healed and we are manifesting our path with that wound not being healed, we are actually not living with choice, with true freedom of choice, because we're choosing from a wounded perspective. So, all of this that's happening right now is allowing us to actually know us on a deep level, know what actions we need to take, know how our lives have been built in the past, know boundaries with people and emotional intelligence, and just trying to find balance and harmony in that. We learn and we know and we discover what it means to actually be healing and doing shadow work and what that actually means, and we take time to know what our internal guidance are, or what our guidance, where our guidance comes from, and we take time to like look at all of these things, because it actually allows us to choose. We've all grown up as children kind of just living life based on whatever our parents did, whatever school told us was good for us to do, right? Whatever society has been telling us is good for us to do. We've been living so much of our lives by this old standard, this old foundation, that none of us really, or a select few, took the time to investigate this kind of stuff. It was just go with the flow, do the same thing, don't ask questions, just do it, and you'll be happy, because that's just how life is. And that's not really that's not enough. All of us now, there was a small group of us that felt that was never going to be enough, but this is becoming a collective feeling now, that this not enoughness is really coming out now. Not just in the spiritual communities or people who are awake or doing spiritual work, but in everybody. This energy of that is not enough for me. What's wrong? What am I missing? Is coming up for everybody. Everybody wants to know, okay, how do I actually get a life that I want based on what I'm choosing? How do I do that? Well, let me tell you, you have to let go of a lot of shit. You have to let go of a lot. A lot of ideas of who you thought you were. Ideas of who you currently think you are. And anything that hooks you. It's like an ego death, kind of. So I definitely feel like more and more people are going to be definitely going through some type of ego death. Now, this could be really severe, depending on how much work you've already done or not done. Or not done. It could be really severe, or it could be one that you've been working on for a really long time, and it's a little more gradual. But I feel like a lot of people are going to start having ego deaths. And they won't even understand what it is. Especially when that grid collapses. It's gonna be really hard for people. So unlock your gifts. So, people in the stream, it is now time. Hear ye, hear ye. Or what's that? Is it Train who has that song? And I'm calling all angels. Is that Train? I don't know who that is. Anyway, it's time to unlock your gifts. Those are the things you had to unlearn. Aw, yeah. That's a big one. Who you currently think you are. Yeah. For me, Katsumi, that's one that I'm going through right now. You've been letting go of everything that does not serve you. Sometimes, and I would definitely go watch my other readings, because all of these, the last 3 readings I've done, they all go together. They all go together. And sometimes we think something is not serving us when it's a lesson. And we create distance from it because we're too uncomfortable to learn the lesson. So, go back if you did not watch one of my first readings, about 3 readings back. If you did not see that one, I would highly suggest you go watch that one. If you had not seen last week's reading, I would highly suggest you guys go watch that one. Because they all, literally every reading I've done since I've been back on Twitch has really been talking about this energy and just building on top of it. So, this one is the final card. Unlock your gifts. Sacred gifts, energy sensing, and pure love is the key. So, here's the thing. There's a lot of emotionally mature, mentally mature, just open-minded, really loving and empathetic and compassionate people here. Who better to literally uplift themselves and everybody else than us? Right? Who would be better suited for that? Us. So I think that this is kind of talking about the more you go into your healing, the more you go into really just diving into your own guidance system, the more you're going to get that synchronistic guidance. Remember, guidance comes first, then you get a synchronistic confirmation. Ask for guidance, specify what kind of synchronicity you want, so you get that confirmation. It's really straightforward. You either get guidance without asking, and you get a synchronicity that happens to be very similar, or you ask for that guidance and tell them what kind of synchronicity you want, so that you know that's them. As this work continues to be done, it's kind of like upgrading into your gifts, upgrading into your energetic sensitivity, your empathetic capabilities. I feel like people are going to be more sensitive to energy than they ever were before. So more self-care is definitely going to be key. And we're just going to have a better understanding of what unconditional love is and how to give that out in a very harmonious kind of way. Because there can be a toxic side, not really toxic, but kind of toxic. You can be too extreme. You can be too extreme with your love and compassion for other people that you never pay attention to yourself, and there could be the other side of it where you don't pay attention to anybody else and you completely just worry about you. This is about harmony, where you're able to not just love other people and be kind and empathetic towards them, but to yourself as well. This needs to have balance. And I do think we'll get there, because I think there's a lot of people who are understanding this and are already working on it and are ready. I feel like a lot of us are finally feel like, even though we have a lot of emotional crap kind of going on in the background, I feel like we know internally this is preparing us for what we came here to do. So, like I said, if you want help connecting to that new energy grid of the earth, I am hosting an event on November 28th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is going to be a guided meditation. So I'm going to be taking everybody through the meditation process. And I'm going to be doing energy work. So I'll be going in and connecting everybody to the grid and removing any old connections that are ready to be let go of from the old grid. I do want to have a disclaimer for this. Ego is going to be confused, okay? Your ego will be confused. So you might be emotionally confused. You might feel like you have no direction, and you could feel like you need some extra, you need to vent out some extra crud that you've been hanging on to. All of those situations are normal. They can last from a few days to a few months, depending on how much work you've done to yourself already. So, I am going to go ahead and host that event. I will most likely do that event more than once, because I do think some people, you can get really unnerved is the right energy. So when I unplug you and then plug you into the other one, you can become a little unnerved and unsettled, because like I said, ego doesn't understand what's happening, why you feel different doing the same patterns. You're going to really be put off by your old patterns. You're going to be so put off by your old patterns that it's going to kind of like force you to do it a little bit faster and be a little more in control, instead of having the universe kind of like push you over there. You know what I mean? Push you to that brink of like, now you have to change, and it hurts. So we're going to kind of shift everybody over kind of a little bit more gently. I will have Discord open, so I have that communal healing channel in Discord. You guys can talk about that stuff in there. I will try to still hold space after the event too, periodically, to make sure everyone is feeling okay. If you are really struggling and you are trying to find balance, I would suggest you attend another one, because most likely you have reverted your energy back to the old grid. And we might need to unplug it again and kind of shift it over. So I do think this event will be 2 or 3 times before January. So I think I'm going to do one in the end of November, and I think I'm going to do 2 of them in December. So if you're a patron, you're already going to get that Merry Christmas, I love you, okay? If you're not, it's just a $10 ticket, and you can do the meditation with us and the energy work with us live, or you can do it in your own time, or you could do both. So if you feel like you're struggling and you need to, maybe you feel like, man, maybe I'm having a really hard time, maybe I do need to do that meditation again and plug myself back in, feel free to watch that video again. Once you have the link, you have the link. You can always go back to it. So that'll be on the 28th of this month. It definitely is going to make you confront your fears. Yeah. Yeah. But it should be gentle. The first time should be gentle for most of us. Unless you have not done any work on yourself, then you're really going to have a hard time. But there's always a way for you to find balance. There's always a way to find balance. So it's going to be the 28th of November at 1 p.m. Alright, I'm going to plug back into the channel really quick and see if there's anything else these cards want to say, or if we covered everything. So not as many cards, but I definitely feel like we still got some energy. Oh, Lightworker. Okay, thank you. Sorry. I'm like, none of these cards want to talk, but I feel like I'm not drawing cards. I feel like I'm not done drawing cards. They want me to pull from the Lightworkers deck, so this is going to talk about homework for my Lightworkers. It's going to talk about homework. Alright, let me pull this one out. Unlock your gifts. Hey, Daddy baby. Welcome in, hun. Hi. Okay, let's see what else is in here. And thank you, Emma, as always, for the background support. We appreciate you and love you very much. If you felt comforted, so what you're saying is we can skip a bunch of self-work. No, what I'm saying is you're going to recognize your work, and you're going to be forced to look at it. Because Because honestly, it's going to be a lot easier for you to do it with a support group that gets it than before the shift actually happens, than if you wait and you never do it, and all of a sudden now the universe is kind of forcing you to do it, and it sucks and it hurts worse. Yeah, you might have been doing more than you think, Nemesis. It's probably just not, because we're always doing the work, right? Living life is always doing the work, right? Unless you're like in a depressive state for years and all you do is eat and sleep, then you're probably a little bit behind. But for the most part, all of us are always doing the work. But if there's big things that we've been ignoring and refusing to look at them, that's where people are going to get hit. So, but these are habits. These are habits. I'm not gonna do any ancestral healing or anything like that. So if you're all worried about that, that's not what I'm doing. I'm just plugging you into a new grid. This is all about you and your habits. Your habits. How you behave. How you think. How you make decisions. How you create your reality. That's what's going to change. All that other stuff you can do later. It might be easier to do when you plug over and do the other thing. Hi, Rob! Holy crap. Work is draining all of your energy. You poor dear. Your body's at like 5%. Well, just rest a little bit and you'll be fine. Just rest a little bit. Alright. Let's see what we can get. I dropped a card. Where'd it go? Oh, here we go. Here we go. You love my hair. Thank you. So Emma's doing energy work for us in the background. So we can thank Emma for the love that we feel today. Maybe feel a little bit more grounded. Maybe feel a little bit of a hug. Alright, what cards do we need for my light workers? This one I'm going to save to the end. Because I think this is for a couple people in specific. Okay. So. This is just restating. This is just a confirmation restating what I've already stated. So we have reassurance of the golden light. We have soul child, and we have spiritual service. So, I mean, I don't know how much more straightforward this can be. Right? I don't know how much more this could be. But, this is definitely talking about, like I said, my light workers that are watching right now. I do think, so what I'm getting from this first card here is, so some of us are having a really hard time. And it's kind of comforting to know that we're not alone in having a hard time. However, some of us have forgotten to ask for that cup to be filled. Ask for that love and support from Spirit. Ask for that little boost of energy that you feel you need for the day. Ask for that support. Because I feel like there's some of us, quite a few of us, I think maybe there's 5 of us right now in here, who are not saying anything. Because we're so used to feeling like we are this person. The one that's emotionally out of control. The one that's just too much to handle, the one that nobody really understands. Everyone's like, well, I don't really know what to do with you. You've stopped asking for help, and so now is like 5 times harder because you're not asking for help anymore. So don't hesitate to reach out to people and ask for help. They may not be able to hold space for you in the way that you're used to people holding space for you, just because everybody's energy is just so, like, I don't want to say low because that's not the right word, but it is touchy. It's come and go. Everyone's energy right now is come and go. Everyone's energy right now is, I'm good. Oh, no, I'm not good. I'm good. No, I'm not good. I'm good. I'm not good. I think I'm good. I'm afraid to be good. I'm afraid to be anything but just neutral. Okay? So, it's not that people don't want to help. It's just they may not have the energy to help in the way that they used to help. So that doesn't mean they don't care, or that doesn't mean you don't deserve help, but definitely ask for it and just work with people in what they are able to offer. So if they say, well, I can't help you do this in this manner, then maybe let them know what you do need. Like, well, I just need somebody to, like, listen to me vent for like 20 minutes. Can you do that? You know, and like, I'm not really looking for an answer because I know nobody has that right now, but I do need to just spill lots of shit out. And I think if somebody knows that straight off the bat, that's all that you need, and oh, I'm getting a hug. I think if you know that, and that's really all that you need, then somebody's gonna be able to make space for that. As long as they know that you're not looking for an answer, because a lot of us like light workers, or maybe even people in light workers of Twitch, I don't think a lot of us have a very solid, concrete answer, and so we're afraid to. And we normally know things, you know what I mean? Like, we normally know things, so it's like weird for us to be able to not help. It feels weird. So then we just kind of retreat and decide, well, I'm not going to help because I'm not going to help at all because I can't help in the way that I normally want to help. But it's just going to have to be different. So, I definitely feel like spaces where you're able to just maybe type out how you feel or talk about how you feel and, like, not really be judged for it, but also, like, yeah, it's a touchy thing. I do think people need to be asking for help, though. I do. If not from other people, then from spirit. But definitely from other people, too, because we all need help right now. There's not a single one of us here right now in this stream that feels like they are 100% good and they don't have anything to worry about. So, join the club. Okay. Soul Child is here. This card in particular is talking about inner child work, inner child energy work. A lot of us who are, okay, here's the thing. A lot of us who are further along on our particular path. Not to say that there's like a hierarchy of ability or spiritual knowledge or, you know, like, I don't really think that exists. But some of us are further along in other aspects of our lives than maybe the majority of people. But there's always a balance to that. So somebody who's maybe really strong in this part of life is really low here, right? And then another person might be really high there, but maybe mid-tier here. That's normal for everybody. There are those of you who ego, I'm just going to come out and say it, ego feels like you have done all of your work. I'm just going to come out and say it. Ego feels like you have done all of your work. And you have done a lot of work. I'm not discounting that at all. You have done a lot of work. But are you taking your inner child with you? Where is your inner child in your daily life? Because this card is saying a lot of us are missing our inner child, and we can't connect to the new earth grid without our inner child. We have to bring every piece of us with us. So all that childhood trauma you're not touching with a 10-foot pole. I don't have that. That's gone. I haven't even looked at it in 10 years. So it doesn't exist anymore. I did a meditation like once 5 years ago. It's gone. But I don't really connect with my inner child. I don't even really know what that means. I know what that means, but I don't know what that means. I know what that means. I know what that is. I know what that means. But energetically, in your own energetic system, do you feel this? Do you allow yourself to feel this, even when it's sad? So there's going to need to be, I would suggest that if you are not sure about this, I do offer inner child practices on my website. I'm very familiar with people's inner child. I basically will help hold your inner child while all of their emotions kind of run through your system. And it's a very like backseat kind of energy. But once you have to be able to let go of that energy and purge it out in order to actually integrate the inner child appropriately. So don't forget your inner child with you. And I know I've told a couple of you about, I feel like this message in particular is for one person. I'm not sure if they're here or not, but I know I've talked about some of you in regards to jumping timelines. That you're getting ready to jump a whole freaking timeline. Okay, you have to bring your inner child with you. And I know that I've mentioned that before about doing inner child meditations, connecting to the inner child, purging out all of their energy, listening to them. You're going to have to listen to what they're saying. And that's going to trigger you. And you're just going to have to work through that trigger and let those things out. The inner child has to come along. You cannot leave the inner child behind. So, that is what I have to say about that. You can't. They have to come with you. Or you're going to have a really hard time. You're going to have a really hard time. Okay. So the spiritual service card is basically just referring to everybody who considers themselves a light worker, to be like an angel on earth, an earth angel. This can also be known as like galactic heritage, right? Having some type of otherworldly connection, and then coming here on earth to help in the collective conscious raising of the planet. So those of you who are definitely resonating with this reading and feel like you just had a duty to just be a good person no matter what happens, and just a duty to just be an example so that the world can just be a better place, you know, you're here for this reason. You're here right now on planet Earth for this very reason, in this particular time. So I would say if you're having a hard time knowing maybe where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing or anything like that, Just take that into consideration, that no matter what you decide to do, you are still this. And that can't just be taken away. That can't just be erased. No earth grid dissolving can make that go away. Can preparing yourself make it easier? Yes. Yes. Can make it way easier. But regardless, if you sit on your butt and you choose to live out your same life patterns, and you choose to not heal your child trauma, and you choose to not ask for spirit for help, and you choose to not open up your gifts more, and you choose to not listen to any guidance or follow any synchronicities, or you just choose to not take any actions and wait to see if the ball drops, you can. You can. Because this, you're still going to be this. But it will be, you will be putting yourself through the fire, let me tell you. You're going to be putting, either way it's a fire, but there's a difference between having a chosen, more manageable kind of controlled fire versus being set on fire and having to deal with that. Those are two same outcome, eventually same outcome, but one of them you're in more control and you're more conscious, the other one you're not, and you're trying to just manage. So wow, what a reading. Holy crap, that was a lot. I hope this makes sense. Thank you for listening. I don't think there's anything else that wants to come through for that collective reading. Does anyone have any questions? Does that make sense to people? Does this resonate? And thank you, Divine, for your Reiki. I appreciate that, hon. Compartmentalization works until it's time to open those compartments back up. Yeah, it works for a while, and I do think so. I do think there's some truth in what you're saying, Roger. So there's a difference between, I'm not saying making space and making space and like distance isn't necessary. It is. Sometimes you do need to kind of create that space just for a minute or a while sometimes, so you can like find a new balance. But a lot of the time we let that space and that balance sit for so long, and we become in this manageable kind of neutral state, and so then we stay there for like a long time. It's kind of the same thing with like antidepressants, right? We'll take them, when we're grieving or when something's really hard on us, but then maybe we have a hard time coming off of them, even though it's an antidepressant. Like, it's kind of almost similar to the same energy, and because we can sometimes want to create that space, just like an antidepressant creates space from our emotions. Well, if we create space for so long, then we never know how to work with them, right? Because they're never quite triggered in the same way. They're not triggered naturally, they're suppressed. So it's kind of the same thing when you are kind of refusing to do your inner child work. It's, okay, well, that's the trauma. I'm just going to shut that down, close it off, compartmentalize it, put it away, and now I'm in this neutral place always. And sometimes it creeps back up because it gets too intense. But it never goes away until you deal with it. It never energetically leaves your system until you deal with it. The mind always keeps track of it. Here's the truth. The mind and the ego will always keep track of it. It will always know that that's there. But energetically, you can move it. And it can eventually not trigger you anymore. It just takes a lot of reprogramming and purging. But you can get to the place where you think about that trauma and it's not there anymore. You can get there. I am a living example of that, okay? I am a living example of that. You can get there. It just, it takes work. So, alright. I'm gonna have a quick tea break. Because I just channeled for almost 2 hours. That was a heavy read. That was a heavy read, though. I did say last stream that I was gonna do some readings for people who did Google reviews for me. So I am still gonna do that. I do have the list. I do have Google open in front of me, and I have a list of people who have written a review. So if you are here and you've written a review, I'll go ahead and look at something for you if you want a reading this evening. Because that, for me, that right now that's an energy exchange. So I do appreciate people who write those reviews. I am number 3 when you Google psychics near me, energy workers near me. I'm number 3 on the list because of all you are helping write lovely, lovely, lovely reviews. So thank you. I would like to be number 1 because I'm greedy. So I like to be number 1. It must be a Scorpio thing, I'm not sure. But if you are here and you did do a Google review, I think I had Lucy did one. Nemesis, I know you did one. I think I saw Drathion do one too. Let me see if I can go to my reviews. Scorpio, uh-oh. Yeah, I'm a Scorpio. Yeah. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Divine Consciousness. I appreciate you being here. Are you a Leo? Aw, that's nice. I like Leos. They're fun. They're fun. Very loyal, very gentle, but also, like, very fun. No surprises, I'm sure. I don't know. I was kind of getting like an Aquarius kind of vibe. I don't know. That might be your moon I'm picking up on, though. I'm not sure. I'm not really good at astrology. That's Lucy's thing. I usually pick up on people's moons. Unless it's because we talk about really like dense, not really dense, but intense things here on stream. And it usually has to do with like how people are feeling and like how to handle that. So usually people's moon signs are coming through the chat a lot because it's that watery kind of energy. Yeah, you've always had a very empathetic and spiritual side. I wonder if it's a Pisces then. Do you have a Pisces moon? Are you like me? Do you have a Pisces moon? I do. I just thought I would ask. Wow, I am still like channeling energy. What the heck? I'm on fire right now. I'm gonna take my shirt off. Holy cow. Do you feel it? Yeah. Emma's like, I feel it. I feel it. Wow. Alright, well I guess that's good because that usually means somebody's reading is going to be really intense. That's usually what this means. That's usually what this means. So if there's somebody in the chat that feels like they really need a reading, if you feel like you really need a reading this evening and you have not written a Google review, please put put a heart in the chat. Because somebody's about ready to get a really intense reading. I don't download that much energy for no reason. Here comes some more. Thanks, Emma. Thanks, Emma. You don't need more of those. You mean more Pisces moons? I don't think there's anything wrong with Pisces moon. I don't think there is. We have maybe like... I have maybe an hour to squeeze in for stream. So an hour to squeeze in some people's readings.
Pisces sun's on the other hand.
You said Pisces sun?
On the other hand.
Oh yeah. Sun and Pisces on the other hand is fine, is what Emma's saying. What a silly. Alright. I'm gonna see... I'm trying to go to my... Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is what I wanted. Why can't I just see more reviews? Why can't I just see more reviews? Did you leave a review today, Jet Black? Aww. Did you need a reading today? Because no one else has said anything. I'm trying to see if I can go. Reviews. Yeah, so Nemesis, Lucy, Katsumi, Drathion, so I was right. I was right, Drathion, you're in there too. You guys were the ones that had done the reviews. So I'm prioritizing you guys today. So if you have one, if you need one, please let me know. Hey, Mustard. Wow, welcome back. Hi. Hello there. How are you? It's been a hot minute. Cloud One Serious? Welcome in. Hi. Glad to have you. Tell me more about the blonde woman on the dirt road if you can. Is that what you want today, Katsumi? I can do that with you. I can do that with you in private if you want. Because I almost did that. But I was like, I'm going to stream today. I don't really... If you want it to be private, just let me know. Because I feel like that one, for some reason, you're going to prefer maybe that be private. Which might be why I didn't say anything the first time. I'll probably just yeah, we'll schedule something, Katsumi. We'll schedule something so we can have a little chat and see what it is. Sounds fascinating. It is. You're looking for career advice, Jet Black? Okay. But Katsumi, I'll send you an email and we'll schedule something for you for that one. Huh? You've been feeling better for sure, Drathion. You're just worried that you made a decision about buying another car? I feel like buying another car right now is probably a good thing, because at least for me, I've been experiencing a lot of people with car problems. So maybe that was your intuition kind of saying like you needed a new car, because the other one was gonna go kaput. The other one was gonna go. It was gonna just not work anymore. Like mine on my way to the airport to pick up Emma. It was a nightmare. It wasn't a nightmare. It was pretty intense, but we made it. Weird. Jet Black, I didn't see... Did you do the review on Google? Because I'm not seeing it for some reason. You're putting too much money into the old one. Yeah, I was too. I was too. You did it today? I wonder why it's not showing up. I wonder why it's not showing up. That's so weird. Yeah, I've put too much money into the old one too. I had to put like $1,000 into the brakes, and then I had to do new tires, and then I checked everything before I went to the airport, because when I went to go pick up Emma, I was kind of like, I don't really want to deal with this. Like, I don't want to have something happen when I go to pick up Emma. Well, the gasket blew, so I had to have a new car at that point. I was like, I'm not gonna pay for that. And then the person stole parts out of my car. Can you believe it? Then, okay, so my gasket blew. I had to pull over. I had to call my mom to help me come pick up Emma at the airport. It was like 10 o'clock at night. I'm calling my mom. Mom, my car broke. Can you come pick me up at the airport and take me so I can pick up Emma? So I have to leave my car where it's at, because I can't drive it. And I call the tow place, and they can't pick it up until the next day. And so it sits where it was for a whole evening until the tow truck came by. And somebody that evening had stolen a bunch of parts out of my car. So even if I could have afforded to pay to have the gasket fixed, there's no way I could have also paid for all those new parts that they stole. So I was just like, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. It should show now, you can see it. Okay, let me refresh then. I'll refresh. There's a Swedish person behind us, Marnie. It's Emma. She's helping us. You posted with a photo of a moon eclipse. Alright. Why is it being weird? Oh, there it is. I see it now. Perfect. Thanks, Jet. All right, we can do yours. So the people I'm prioritizing today have given me Google reviews. That does help me with more local business around here, which is perfect. So if you cannot afford a reading, I understand. But let's make it a win-win situation where if I give you a reading and it helps you, please write a Google review. So people who have written Google reviews, I will do a reading for. So the people I'm currently prioritizing today, Jet, will do you since you did that lovely Google review. Thank you so much. I will eventually write back to you. Then we have Drathion, Katsumi, which I think Katsumi we're going to do a private one, Lucy, and Nemesis. So, Jet, if you are ready, you said you wanted a career reading. I'm going to ask my Thoth deck because my Thoth deck really loves career. And it's really straightforward. It's really straightforward with career. So, that's what I'll do. It's a win-win situation then. It is! Hey, Werefang Wizards! Welcome in, sweetheart. So, do you have anything particular about career you want to ask about? Or do you just want to... What do you think you need about career? That's just awful. It was very stressful. All of that was happening with like the car and everything while I was also healing some like childhood trauma. I was also healing my pain from my failure with Twitch. I was also healing my pain of like feeling separated from my soul family. I was also dealing with like getting myself a new place to work that didn't like drive me insane. I was also dealing with getting this apartment all at the same time. So I've been away from Twitch for a reason, because oh my god, I had way too much stuff going on. Oh, and somebody stole my identity. Somebody stole my identity. Also, tried to open up a bank account in my name. So I had to call them and deal with all that stuff too. It's been a lot. It's been a lot of just fixing one thing after another, after another, after another, after another. Whew. So, I barely had enough time to, like, function, let alone try and, like, be on Twitch. Hey, K-Dog! Jeez, I know. It was a lot. I'm back now, though. I can't imagine what else the universe... I've really dealt with everything, like, not perfect, but pretty gosh darn well. I am pretty proud of me. And I am much more settled now, and I can't imagine what else would have went wrong. So, you know what? I think we're on the upswing. You're freelancing and you're overwhelmed. You just need real direction. Okay, Jet Black, you and I are gonna resonate with each other so hardcore. We're just gonna get it. I'm the perfect person to do this reading for you. Because I literally quit my corporate job in November of 2019. I quit my corporate job. I said, the hell with it. I don't like it. Rah. And I quit. And I decided I was going to be a full-time Twitch streamer, content creator, doing spiritual content. That's what I did. I quit my job. So I did spiritual paintings and drawings for a while, and then we talked about spiritual concepts while I'm painting, and that kind of led into tarot reading pretty quick. Just because, you know, COVID hit and everybody was just emotionally all over the place, and I'm like, I need to help people. So, man, I'm gonna just serve people right now, because holy crap, everyone's a mess right now. So I started doing some tarot readings, and then the tarot reading kind of turned into energy reading. I no longer needed the cards, and it just became energy reading. And then I was picking up on people's energetic blockages while I was reading them. So then I was kind of helping them move those so they could actually feel better. Because a lot of the time we do this work, but we don't know how to do the energy work, and that's what I'm really good at. So I do all of my energy work practices one-on-one for right now, other than the event that we're going to do on November 28th, which is going to be a group event. I normally do the sessions one-on-one, which you can all find on my website. So, but I'm the perfect one to ask, because I failed. 3 years I poured into my life doing this thing that I love doing, that I was actually making money at, and I failed, crashed, burned, and then I had to somehow heal that and come back. So I totally feel like you and I are going to resonate a lot when I do this reading for you. Alright, I just wanted to say that really quick. Hi Simtron, welcome back. Hi. Did you come in a bad time? I don't think you did, K-Dog. Thank you so much. Oh, you did that at the same time, Jet Black? Man, talk about intuition, right? I do graphic design artwork too. Oh, thank you. You're so sweet, Jet Black. Maybe we should follow each other on Instagram. You learn though. Oh boy, did I learn. Yeah. Yeah. Oh boy, did I learn. Hey, Jittery Fritz. Welcome in, sweetheart. Failure is inevitable. It's about failing upwards and learning from it. Yeah, yeah. Howdy, howdy. Hey. Oh man, did I really have to learn from it? I learned not to overgive. I would literally do energy readings and card readings for like 7 hours. For just anybody. It didn't matter who it was. Just anybody. Yeah, just anybody. Which was great, because I was helping a lot of people and I was doing what I love doing, but like, man, I couldn't make my ends meet. I couldn't pay my bills. I could almost do it, but I couldn't quite get there. It was pretty intense. I know, even when we did the group, we were doing like group energy work. That was intense. That was fun. I love that. I'm really excited for November 28th. I really want to help people connect to this new grid. Hi, Jittery. Welcome to the treehouse. Thank you for the follow, sweetie. Same lesson here for you. Yeah, I think so, Jet Black. Yeah. All right. Now I just do group readings. I mean, I do a couple of readings at the end of my stream when I have some time, because it helps me like read for new people, and it helps me like read for people who like support me. So that's kind of good too. Like right now I'm reading for people who have given me Google reviews on free readings that I've given them, as kind of like a give back kind of thing. It's like an even exchange. It helps me on my local market. So, because I've never tried my local market until now. So, I'm kind of a newbie when it comes to like my area, but not necessarily on Twitch. I'm like ancient on Twitch. I'm like one of the original OGs. All right. Let's go back. All right, Jet Black. What do we need to know for Jet Black? I like the first two cards so far, but I do think there needs to be some compromise. So we have the success card, but we have truce first. Thank you. I think we're in the same boat, to tell you the truth. I don't think we're in the same boat. Because this is talking about, and this is definitely the collective energy. So Jet Black Inc., the collective energy reading that I did, and I have done the last 3 streams. So if you're just now here at the treehouse, welcome in. Thank you for being here. I love and appreciate that you're here. Hopefully my readings resonate with you. If they do, and I'm telling you right now, Jet Black, that general energy reading definitely does, because it's coming out right here. This card right here is telling me, hey Diana, Jet Black Inc. totally resonates with the general energy reading. That's what this card's saying, literally. So, if you have not watched all 3 of my recent, this would be number 3, I think. If you have not watched every group reading that I've done the last 3 times, I would highly suggest you go watch it. There's loads of information that I go over. I literally channel for like an hour and a half. So there is a ton of information there. A ton that I give for free. Okay? So please go watch it. Like, share, subscribe, whatever you want to do. Please go watch it, because there's lots of useful information in there, and it can definitely help bring you more clarity in specifics that I think maybe you need some help with. But this is definitely talking about old patterns and vices. So there's some type of old pattern or old vice that you are using to try and create this success. I do think there's some type of compromise that wants to happen, but I do see this being a successful thing for you. Let me start drawing some more cards, though. I feel like you're categorizing things, though. I feel like you're categorizing too much. Like you're categorizing too much with your content or with what you're doing. Like you're being... It's almost like somebody who does... Like for me, I can just give an example of me, for instance, because I know myself the best,
Is loaded up with your favorites.
No.
So what's your number one?
No. Sorry. Uber Eats? No. Sorry, that was funny. I just heard it and I was like, I don't play ads on my YouTube. What the hell is this? Computer is hungry. Yep. Alright, we'll go back to listening to my tank drum music, okay? Sorry, guys. That pulled me out of the channel a little bit. Okay. So I do feel like you're categorizing too much. An example of this would be, let's say you do digital art and you also do, like, what was the other thing that you said that you did? I can't remember. I'm going to scroll back up a little bit. Graphic design artwork. What else did you say that you did? Graphic design. Do you do anything else? What's the other thing that you do? Because this would be like, this platform is for my graphic design, and this platform is for like my music. And it's almost like sometimes you get so tedious about like making sure everything like, oh, it's like that social media. Okay. Okay, you know how they tell you on social media, like, your Instagram has to be like this, and it has to only have pictures that have the same filter, and of the same type of content, and the same type of, you see what I'm getting at? It's tediousness. You, Jet Black, are the brand. You. All of you. You're being way too tedious with some of these patterns. Categorizing is what I'm being told. Categories of things is taking up way too much time. You are your brand. All of you is your brand. I post my artwork on my Instagram, and I post my energetic events on my Instagram. Guess what? Because both of those things are me. Both of those things are me. I don't care. I don't have a separate Instagram for my energy work and a separate Instagram for my artwork. It's all the same thing. So I feel like there's that categorizing is taking up way too much time, and it's actually doing you a disservice, because I feel like people who resonate you with one category would be resonating with you with another category, but they don't know that. They don't know that because you just got too many, you got too much going on. You got too much going on. You have 4 IG accounts for different brands. Oh my God, you're right. You got too much. Too much, honey. Too much. That is way too much. That is way too much. You need to be condensing that. Who has time to grow 4 Instagram accounts? Honey! I can barely grow 1! My God! Oh my God! Okay, so that is really that. I mean, that came through like super clear. Like, the way he's categorizing things is making it way too hard. So stop. Okay, figure out which platform you love posting content on. For me, it's Twitch. And stick with what you love posting, and just be you. Be just you. Post. I'm getting ready to go on a vacation to England. Yeah. Okay? I'm getting ready to go on a vacation to England. Guess what? When I go, I'm gonna post about it on my Instagram. I'm gonna post about it on my Instagram. I'm gonna post my art on my Instagram. I post the oracle deck that I'm making on my Instagram. I post about just whatever I'm doing It's on Instagram. I don't really care if it's related or fits the standard quo of what an Instagram should be. You can go on there and find some TikTok videos on my Instagram. You can find TikTok videos on my Instagram. I don't care. It's my Instagram. I don't care. So let go a little bit. Relax. Have fun with the platform that you're using, because that's really what's going to make the biggest impact on what you're trying to do. But I do think there are patterns, right? Structures that you're using that aren't really serving you. We have the abundance card, which is great. Are you making a tarot deck too? I'm making an oracle deck, but yes, that's cool. Yeah, okay. You just need to change. You just need to change it. You just need to change how you're doing it. Are you trying to have a contract with somebody? Or writing up or commissions? Sorry. Commissions? Or you're working on a commission with somebody? Okay. Don't settle for less. Don't settle for less just because it's a contract. This would be like selling your soul because you got a contract. I'm not really totally involved in this contract. I'm not totally stoked about it, but it's a contract. But it's a contract. So, I also feel like there's one contract in particular that wants to be talked about because I feel like there's some type of like weirdness with it. So I'm gonna draw a couple more cards just for that one, because there's a weird contract that's like, there's one contract that I don't think you should touch with a 10-foot pole. Yeah, they're too domineering. That part of the reading's done. This is just going to be this one contract that you have. They have too many rules. I feel like they hired you because you do the thing, but what they want isn't anything like what you do. It's like they hired you, but they don't know who you are and what you do. Is this a bigger, I feel like this is one of your bigger contracts. This company could be, have like a bigger name than some of your other contracts. That might be why you're more inclined to say yes to them, because it could be something that maybe could increase your portfolio. But really, they just have bad, shitty energy. Is this like a, I feel like they're in a hurry. I feel like they have a really strict, are they gonna pay you? Have they paid you? I feel like they're really in a hurry. I feel antsy as fuck with this energy. I feel like they're really in a hurry. And I don't think they're gonna pay you. Just to be totally honest. I think that they just want what they want. Yeah, it's disappointment. I think they want what they want. They want it now. They wanted it 5 months ago is what I'm hearing. And they don't have it, so they're just gonna pick somebody that they can kind of like push around. This is not good energy. They're just picking someone that they can push around. And they're hoping that their name or their bigger brand name will allow them to push people around. They're picking small guys to use them. If you decide to do this, I think it's going to be really disappointing. I don't think you're going to enjoy it. I don't think it's going to get you what you want. I don't think it's going to get you recognition that you want. I think you think it's going to give you like a fast track to success. I don't think it will. I don't think it will. I don't think it will. I would say if you're going to have another conversation with them, don't let them push you around. Don't let them rush you into making a decision. Definitely don't sign any contracts without really clear, like, guidelines on getting paid. Because I think they're wishy-washy. I don't know what they're working on, but what they're working on is not gonna go well. I don't know what they're working on, but they are almost wanting to jump ship on their thing themselves. So they're not gonna care if you don't get paid. I think half of them already want to jump ship. So, and they're just doing it. I don't know. I don't like this one. Is this a redeeming card? No. Adjustment. Yeah. Yeah. I would say if they're coming to you with any type of contract, like, you need to be calling the shots, not them. It's your work. If they need you to produce a product, then they need to follow you and what you require. You are the one in charge. So, I'm just going to come out and say this. Right now, as a collective, employees, have you got it made right now? You can pretty much call any shots that you want right now. An employer is either going to have to let you go because you're going to go somewhere better, or they're going to meet your demands. That's just the way the market is right now. I don't know if you've been job hunting right now, but it's particularly in my space. Jobs are like, you know what I'm saying? So I would definitely, if you're gonna pursue this anyway, I don't think it's gonna go as smoothly as you want. I would definitely put yourself in control of this situation and be very, like, be that fiery self that you can be, and just be like, no, this is my standard. This is what I do, what I work for. I appreciate the offer. Here's what I will accept. And I will accept nothing but this. And then they're in the pressure seat. They're in the pressure seat then, because I don't know who else they're gonna con into. It's not really a con, but it's kind of a con. I don't know who else they're gonna get to do it last minute. I don't like that. I don't like that one. They want pawns. They do. And they're hoping that somebody is a sucker enough to go ahead and do it, you know. They're hoping their brand will help, you know. Not that they're bigwigs, but they got some weight to them. And I think that is why. Hi, James! Hey, Laser G! Glad to see you again. Hi! Yes, I'm back. Hi. So, Jet Black Ink, I hope that reading was helpful for you. Congratulations. Just kind of, I guess, don't spread out so much. Refocus. Change a few things. Stay true to you. Say no to that jank contract. Okay? And just simplify things for you, for sure. That was it. Thank you so much. I need to simplify. You do. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I hope that was helpful. My cards are very straightforward. Very straightforward. Very straightforward. It's not really the cards. The cards do help me, but it's the energy. It's just really straightforward. Thank you so much, love. You're welcome. I appreciate your Google review. Thank you so much, hon. Hope that helps you and serves you well. Jittery says cash up front. Yes. You probably won't sign in person because you have no real direction. They need to be clear as day before I would sign anything. It's got to be the most clear, concise contract, or no, I wouldn't touch it. An art bully, Goose Rune. Kind of feels like it, doesn't it? Yeah, it can be taking someone else's work. Good, perfect. You're so silly. How many Google accounts do you have? Condense. Do you have 4 Google accounts too? Hey, Jeff and Matt, welcome in, sweetheart. Don't ask. Is it like a syndrome? Is this a syndrome, Jet Black? Has this become like a syndrome, a personality syndrome? You got like 4 accounts of everything. You got 4 YouTubes. You got 4 Facebooks. You got 4 personal Facebooks. No, 1 YouTube. Okay. Whew, God. Whew. How do you get anything done? Thank you, tapping that for your subscription. I appreciate you, hon. How are you feeling today? You'll be the one to draw up contracts under my terms. Exactly, yes. Yeah, probably. Whew. Alright, I'll go back to my list. So I'm currently doing priority for Google reviews from last week. So we have Nemesis. So if Nemesis is here and you want a rating, you get priority today. We have Lucy. I don't know if Lucy's here. I haven't seen her said hi. But she wrote a Google review, so she gets priority today too. Drathion, if you're here and you need one today, you get priority as well. Other than that, I'm gonna open up the queue for probably 2 or 3 people who've not had a reading. And our cutoff is 9 o'clock, so we have like 40 minutes. You're all over the map. Glad you could read that energy clearly. Well, when I have a question, I just pull that stream down and look at it. If I don't have a question, then I try and like find whatever's standing out the most. Like then it becomes like what energy is really prominent right now. That takes me longer to dig through because I have to like weigh the energies. Is this energy bigger than this energy? Not really. I think these things kind of, or do they go together? Like they kind of go together. Okay, then this is one message. It can take longer if I don't have a question, but if I have a question, yeah, it will come through like that. Oh, really? You work 12 to 14 hours a day? Well, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Yeah, when I was doing all my content creation, I was like, I'd stream for like 6 or 7, and then I would do Patreon content. Then I would maybe make a YouTube video. Then I would hold like a course, and then I did private sessions too. So like I was working like all the time. But I loved it. I did love it. But yeah. If anything, I'll take a general, but you got me jump started it again last week. That's okay. Unless you feel like you need some particular guidance with what you're working with. Thank you for spending your time with me. You're welcome, Jet Black. You're welcome, hon. I'm good, thanks. I've been listening to depressing music. while making depressing photos and you're loving it. Channel that out, right, Tefnet? Channel that out. You're gonna take a wee nap, Nemesis. That's okay, hon. That's okay. I just didn't want to miss you. Thank you for the reading offer. You're welcome. Sweet dreams, hon. Enjoy your nap. I'll try not to scream at people. You're just wondering if you'll survive the winter. The answer is yes. Come on, Drathion. The answer is yes. Alright. So I'll do Drathion and then I'll open up the queue. So I am going to go ahead and open up the queue. The limit is going to be 3 people. Because I don't have quite an hour left. So I'm going to suggest that you enter only if you have not had a reading before. And it's gonna be 3 people. Even though I can't go that low. So we have 3 more. Exclamation point join if you would like a reading. You'll give me a follow on Instagram. Beautiful photos. Thank you, Jet Black Ink. I appreciate that one. I do lots of intuitive spiritual art, so I just open my third eye and then I paint what I see, so that's what it is. Alright, Drathion, you want your general read, hun? Sorry, how much is the reading? You mean for today, or just a private one? Private is, so for a private session, you get me for like an hour, and it's like $80. So we can do a lot of work and get a lot of clarity in an hour, let me tell you. And a lot of the time that includes like more than one question. Basically, you get me for an hour and I just channel whatever information you want me to channel for you. And I can use energy, cards, nothing. just intuition. So, but it's for a whole hour. So, it's not, sometimes you don't need the whole hour, but it's still nice to have because a lot of the time a reading will come up and it wants to talk about, you want to ask something particular, but then what you're asking about really wants to be healed. So then a lot of the time there'll be like a healing conversation that kind of happens afterwards, and then I'll kind of go through like maybe an energetic process that maybe would help you in getting that healing done. Because usually we're asking about things because they bother us, right? Or they're eating away at us. But for Twitch, for now, we are doing a couple free ones. Alright. Alright, Drathion. We'll do you. What message do you want to give for Drathion? Oh, that was definitely the first one. Doorways. Opportunities. I feel like this is what you're looking for. I feel like you are looking for, you're happy that things are kind of stable, but you're also kind of wanting things to be different. So then it's like this weird thing where you don't want to mess up anything that doesn't need attention, or you don't want to fix what's not broken. But especially if it ends up being worse off if you fix it, right? But this is saying you are happy with some stability, but you're kind of uneasy about the stability because it's stable, but it's not what you actually want. You're looking for other opportunities, which I think is good, honestly, to tell you the truth. I think you have had enough stability for a while now that you could very easily and manageably now, maybe not before, but definitely now, kind of opening doorways kind of slowly. You know, this wouldn't be like I swing the door open and then jump in. I don't think that's what you want to do. But you do want to kind of start to crack some doors and at least take a look inside to decide if you want to jump or not. And I think that that's fine. I think that's normal. I think that's healthy for you right now. I don't really foresee any movement in winter. I don't think that's really your energetic signature. I think once winter hits, you kind of hunker down and you just hold your place regardless of maybe what's happening. I don't know if you have like a mindset that's hooked to winter not being a good time to like make changes or like leave a job. Specifically, leave a job is coming in. Like maybe a mental thought is coming in a lot that says winter's not a good time to leave a job. I don't know why that's there, but I think that's why you're not gonna move. Hey, Italian bar coffee design, welcome in. Holy crap. Not that many. Holy crap. Ooh. 10 of Wands, responsibility. Okay. You got a lot on your plate. You have a lot on your plate. This is a responsibility card, so I don't, and maybe that's why the doorways. Okay, yeah, okay, this makes sense. You are the sole, you're the sole income in your house, right, Drathion? Like it's you are. Yeah, okay, that makes sense then. So this is kind of saying like you're really leery to leave or open new doorways because they're too, the stability of your responsibilities comes into question. Like if I leave, then how is everything going to get taken care of? And that's always going to be a thing. Even if you leave one job and you move to another, that fear is still going to be a thing. Even if you never leave a job ever, that fear should still be a thing, because honestly, like a job, you could lose a job. The business could like end and then you're out of a job. So this being a reason to hold you back, I hope that you're able to like see what I'm saying and kind of see that it's a little bit ungrounded, in that this fear will always be something that you're dealing with regardless of your situation, and that fear isn't really an accurate representation of whether or not you should do something. Because honestly, like even with non-action, you could still fall into that scenario. You see what I'm saying? But you do get laid off for a few months. Okay. Wow, these are still really good cards though. I think you can find contentment where you're at. I think you have a mindset that's in the way, Drathion. Freedom, yeah. You have a mindset that's in the way. So, okay. I do think where you're at is a good place for you. It can be very stressful. It can be very demanding. But I also feel like what you think about when you're there, how you think when you're there, kind of exacerbates everything. And I've been using that word a lot. But I do think it makes it appear more than it is. It's like it's kind of like you see a white rabbit, right? And then because you see a white rabbit, you start thinking about white rabbits, right? And so then everywhere you go throughout your day, when you see a white rabbit, you remember that you saw a white rabbit in the beginning of the day. It's kind of like that, what you focus on grows, right? I think you're focusing on the hard things and the negative things so much when you're at work that it's making your situation worse. Not that it's like the greatest job ever, okay? And you have no problems with it, because you obviously do. But I do think that your constant need to try and like fix it, or like adjust it, or like avoid trouble, or find trouble and like over analyzing it and thinking about it constantly, like I wish this was different, I wish this was different, I wish this was different. It's not solving any problems, and it's just making things worse. That is what's actually causing your stress. Because I think the people that you work with, Drapion, for the most part, the people that you work with, they're thinking about you as much as maybe you think they are. I don't think that they're blaming you for things as much as maybe you think they might be. I think you are the hardest on yourself. I don't feel any like demanding energy or overbearing energy or snarky energy. So if the tasks, I think it's maybe it's just the tasks, because I don't think it's the people. I'm not feeling anybody that has like is like really aggressive towards you, or you need to like sit down and have a chat about it. I don't feel anything like that. So maybe it's just the tasks that are a bit much. I think it's okay for you to ask for help, honestly. Because we had that general... So the general reading definitely works for you, but in the aspect of asking for help. I think you need to seek help more. You need to ask for help more. If something is stressful and you're not sure you quite get it, I don't care how long you've been there. Like, I think it's okay for you to ask those people around you. I don't think they're gonna get upset. They might be like, I wonder why you didn't say something sooner. But I don't think they're gonna get upset. So I think you have actually like responsible, balanced people around you. They might not be perfect all the time. But I do think you're afraid of being judged, and you're afraid of failure, and so you're afraid to ask for help, because maybe in the past you had people, maybe in the past you had people who would like get on your butt about like asking questions. I don't feel that with this one. So if you thought you understood something, and if you thought you understood your job really well, and now you're coming to find out the more that you do it, the more questions you have, That's fine. That's okay, Drathion. That's okay. It's okay to admit, hey, I thought I understood this pretty well, and then this starts happening. And it's kind of starting to confuse me because it's happening so much. So is there something that, like, I'm not understanding with this process? Or is there an easier way to, like, make this work? I think all of those statements are valid. And I do think if you approach the situation with the right energy and the right attitude, then it's gonna be a good outcome. I don't see that. I don't see this being a thing. Now, if you come and you're frustrated and you try and have that conversation and you come off a little aggressive, you might get some aggression back. So make sure when you go to have the chat, you've centered yourself. You've got off your chest whatever you need to get off your chest, and you're in a good space when you have that conversation. It seems like some of the other people are not pleased with what I do from what I hear from others. Nah. I think that's just stirring the pot, Drathion. I think some people just like to gossip and create drama and talk about. I'm sure maybe that person maybe said one thing offhanded, like, I wonder why he did this. And I bet you that other person took that and times it times 100. Because that's just how they roll. That's just how that person rolls. That person will exaggerate everything. I'm really digging Drathion, and I don't see anybody that has it out for you, hon. I really don't. I don't feel that anywhere. I don't even think that person saying it does either. I think that's their own inner child thing that they need to work on. Even they aren't thinking that about you. That's just how they react to everything. That's just how they react to everything. So I wouldn't let it eat at you, hun. I don't see anybody. There's no bad cards here. There's not a single bad card here. Not a single one. So we have new beginnings and action. So I do think that when you start letting go of these thoughts, you're definitely going to be in a new place at work. You could even try listening to, like, affirmations, like self-belief, like what do I want to say? Reassurance kind of affirmations, to kind of help a little bit with some of that reprogramming. But this definitely has new beginnings and taking action. So I do feel like having a conversation would be beneficial. I do see new beginnings and taking actions based on those conversations. I wouldn't take any actions without talking to people first. So I wouldn't take any actions without talking to people first, because I don't think what you think is happening is actually happening. I don't feel that at all, hun. So I hope that's helpful for you and brings you some clarity and kind of guides you where you need to go. Hope that helps. He's different outside of work. Some people just get that way about work. I don't know if they get bored, or I think what it is, it's like they might have learned that from other workplaces. I bet you they learned to do that because of other work environments they've been in. I bet you that's the case. like, because a lot of culture in workplaces is bitch, moan, complain at the coffee pot. I bet, and that's how you get along with your coworkers. You know, that's how you like communicate with your coworkers. That's how you like get close to your coworkers. You know what I mean? So, I feel like it's just like a mindset thing. Like it's just standard protocol for him for some reason. He either learned it or I don't think it's serious. I really don't. Thank you. You're welcome. Also a much younger generation than you. I think you're very capable of doing the job, Drathion. It's just if something is confusing you, I think you're in a safe spot to just ask. And you could be like, I've been seeing this and I didn't think it was alarming at first, but now I kind of find it alarming. And I don't know if it's because I just understand what I'm doing more, but I thought I would just run it past you because that's valid. That's valid. That shows that you want to do good. That shows that you want to do a good job. Okay. Let me go to my list here. So we got, I think, one last person. I for sure do. Thank you so much. You'll be good, hon. So we have Jerry Fritz. Come on up. Share with me what you would need this evening. You are the last one of the night. You're welcome, Drathion. I'm glad it helps, hon. I know it's a lot to deal with sometimes. Sometimes your mind just runs away with stuff and then you don't know how to get it back. Alright, Fritz, what can we do for you tonight? Thanks for being so patient. And Emma's still doing some work for us. I'll say thank you, Emma. For everything that you do. We appreciate you. Alright. A little bit directionless. Well. General energy reading is definitely going to be for you. There has been 3 readings that I've done recently that are all in regards to pretty much the same continual energy that's like building off of itself. So I would suggest that you go watch those videos. But we can definitely draw some cards for you. And 1 Lemurian Oracle card. Okay. Do you really like the Lemurian Oracle card? Do you really like this deck? Because I was kind of getting the feeling that if I didn't draw one of these, you might be kind of sad. So I will. It'll be the first one. It'll be the first one. Best card. Cherry Fritz. Who's feeling directionless? I wish I had bigger hands. I wish I had bigger hands. Thank you. tap into the energy, Jerry, for you? I think Emma's already kind of done that. Would you say, Jerry, that you are one who maybe, suffers from anxiety? Or panic attacks? Some anxiety for sure. Yeah. Because I'm getting a chest activation when I plug into your energy. I'm getting a heart chakra activation. Do you do any work on with your heart chakra? Can you plug in there for me and feel that energy? It's like always a tenseness. It's always like energetically tense. You might have a hard time taking a really deep breath. Because there's a tension. We have a card. This card is from the Lemurian Oracle deck. It talks about breathing. So it says ground, feel sensations, purity, clarity, and expression. So this is definitely talking about breath work, which is one of my favorite things, except I kind of teach my breath work a little bit different. A lot of breath work practices will kind of have you breathe in a very controlled, rhythmic breath, which is great, don't get me wrong. I kind of teach the other way. I kind of teach you to move your body and breathe with your body, which is in a very particular pattern, like some other people. Whatever gets you there, I don't really care. I just feel like that method has helped me the most. And so that's the one that I try and teach people, because I feel like unfortunately, I'm just gonna say it, the controlled, structured breathing is not intuitive. It's not intuitive. So that deeper grounded healing that wants to happen doesn't always get triggered for some people. Not saying other people's breath work is garbage and mine's the best. That's not what I'm saying. I do think that the structured type of breathing, you only get so far with it, because at some point you need to let your body just do what it needs to do. And that type of breath work is teaching us to be in control. I breathe 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 to be in control. When eventually the deepest healing we need to get done, we have to lose control. We have to. Our body needs to move and just let it out. And it can't do that if we're trying to control everything with our breath. So that's what this card wants to talk about, was the way that I do breath work, and the way that I teach people how to do breath work, and the way that I coach people how to do breath work when I'm doing energy work with them. With this, when I do energy work with people, we're getting really primal in the healing. It's like shamanic healing with the breath and energy work. It's you do kind of lose control, but then you come right back in. And you come right back in and you get centered again. So I definitely feel like breath work is definitely a way that you work. I would just tweak it a bit and see how you feel. Yeah, like if the structure is the main focus, then you might not be really letting yourself feel getting sidetracked and making up rules to follow. Exactly. Yes, Fritz, that is exactly what I'm talking about. We get too focused on, well, we still let ourselves feel, but we can't get any deeper because we don't want to break that cycle. But our body needs us to breathe different to move the energy different. So I would just tweak that. Because I feel like there's deeper healing that wants to come through for you, but you're not reaching it, which is why you have that tension still, energetically, which is physically manifesting a little bit, because it's harder for you to take that. You feel that heaviness. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, what else do we need to draw for Jerry? Thank you. Kindness. Thank you. Oh, no wonder. No wonder. Oh, crap. Oh my gosh, honey. You know what this is saying. You know what this is saying. You know what this is saying. Hey, Barnesy, welcome in, sweetie. Harmony. Okay. So, yes. Okay, Jerry, honey. Please go watch the general energy read, okay? You are not the only one going through relationship problems right now. Okay, whether it's like we're not really in a relationship anymore because, like, forget this shit, I'm not dealing with that betrayal shit anymore, or you are trying to fix things, either way, a lot of people are having a lot of, like, triggers with relationships right now. A lot of people are. So you are not alone in that energy of, like, being in a very difficult situation with a relationship. It's a lot of people. I do think that I'm gonna draw some more cards, but this is like very back and forth. I feel like you're in a reactive state right now with this situation, which is why when I go to read the energy, it's like a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Because I think you're reactionary right now in whatever happens to me, I will then reciprocate. But you're also getting tired of that. And you know that you really shouldn't be doing that. But also he kind of deserves it. So there's definitely forgiveness that wants to come in. I don't think that you're anywhere near that quite yet, but eventually that will be something that you'll be moving towards. I don't see that right now. I don't think that you're ready for that. So allow yourself to just be where you are right now. Your anger, your frustration, your tiredness, your just anger is valid. So allow yourself to feel that. But you will need to continue to do your breath work through that. I would try and not be reactionary with the other person. It's kind of like have your tantrum in your bedroom by yourself and then come and have a conversation. Because that's what healed people do. Healed people still have tantrums, but they don't inflict that tantrum upon other people when they are able to make space for it. Like, don't get me wrong, everyone throws tantrums. Tantrums should be normalized. Okay? I'm sorry. Having a tantrum should just be normalized. Okay? Because we all need to do it. It's just when you're able to make space, and I feel like you are able to make space for this. Make space to have your tantrum without them being involved. Because you have the space to do that. That's how you're going to start finding harmony. You're just going to have to be determined that you're the better person. That you are wiser in regards to your emotional state, and you are able to kind of uplift the energy of the relationship on your own. Because when we're in a relationship with somebody, we have, regardless of if we're separated or not, we still have that energetic tie for quite some time. So it's almost like you are in some ways doing this for the energy of both of you. Because at the end of the day, it helps you. Because for a while, that's still going to be there. You can't just, I mean, people like to say you just do a cord cutting, right? People like to say, oh, just do a cord cutting, it'll be gone. Temporarily. If your mind is still feeding into it, guess what? You reconnect that cord. Okay? There are times when you know you've emotionally healed and you know there's some remnants. That's when you can do the cord cut and you know pretty much you're finished, right? But if you're trying to cut cords left and right and you haven't done any of that emotional, like, finalization and healing and forgiveness, you can cut that cord as many times as you want. You're feeding right back into it. So it's gonna take time, Jerry. It's gonna take time, but you just have to be determined that your emotional stability is the most important thing right now. It's the most important thing, and it's okay to have a temper tantrum. You should have a temper tantrum, but then you should also breathe, talk yourself out of it, calm yourself, and have the conversations that you know you need to have when you're balanced again. Okay? Yeah. I think you and I both know that this situation is not going to get easier anytime soon, and that you've kind of recently just begun to start it. It's just going to take lots of diligence on your part. So, as someone who is able to, I mean, clearly you are getting this reading and it's resonating with you and you're understanding what I'm saying, because you already do the work for you to some level. Just keep going. Just keep going. Okay? Do you need anything else clarified? I feel like you could really benefit, Jerry, from a session with me, to tell you the truth. I really do think that you could. Because there's a lot that wants to just be purged. Purged. Because you can't retain, you can't even, here's the truth, Jerry. Right now, you can't even energetically handle what is happening now, which is why you kind of feel angry, but then kind of like shut off to it. You are angry, don't get me wrong, but you also feel shut off to it. And that's because there's so much other energetic stuff and trauma that is in the way. Eventually your energetic system gets clogged up so much you can't take any more in because you haven't moved enough out. Does this make sense? Does this make sense? Because I think you feel angry. It's not that you don't feel angry, but to some degree, things that you think should make you angry, and you know they're making you angry, but you can't feel it. And I don't think you're on any medication, so I don't think it has anything to do with the medication. Some people can't feel it because they're on too many medications, but I don't think that's the case with you. I don't think that's the case with you. Keep breathing, though. Keep breathing. That is definitely going to keep... That breath work is definitely healing for you, so keep doing it, okay? No, I'm not medicated. I didn't think that you were. I didn't think that you were, no. Some people are, like, if they're on antidepressants, they'll still get triggered, but they won't feel it, so, like, their healing takes a bit longer. Because they can't, like, process, they can't fully process everything, like, as much as they would if they weren't taking it. You can still make progress, it's just slower progress. Which some people want slower progress because they want to feel safe, you know, they want to feel just uncomfortable enough, but not too uncomfortable or they can't handle that. So I understand. Alright. Hope that makes sense. That was our last reading. So thank you guys so much for a lovely evening. I appreciate you all so freaking much. We will be live again. Wednesdays is going to be our collective readings are going to be on Wednesdays. Thank you, Emma, for doing all of that energy work for us in the background. You did a really good job.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. I didn't feel you struggle too much. Maybe for half a second, I think, but then you were fine. You found yourself again. So you did. She did a really good job. Really good job. So thank you, Emma, who's learning a lot while being here. Which we do want to have a chat with her and me and just everything that I guess she wants to share, whatever she wants to share about her experience.
It's not gonna be pretty.
Meeting Lady Lunastar from the internet and then living with her for 2 months. We're gonna talk to her, see what she wants to share with us. All the nitty gritty, dirty secrets.
Jet Black and everyone.
Good night. Yeah, we'll find somebody to raid. I'm not sure who we want to raid. Is there somebody doing like I guess we'll look to see who else is doing tarot maybe. I love and appreciate you guys so much. And Jet Black, I did see your thing about the trauma. I think we should take the stigma away from trauma to allow space for purging of emotions. I totally agree, Jet Black Inc. Yes, that is exactly what I'm all about. That is what I do with my energy work. I'm like, honey, you need to have a tantrum right now. You need to let that stuff go. And I mean by let it out. And thank you, Streamlabs. Feeling is healing. If you don't feel your tantrum, good luck healing it, okay?
That's right.
Okay? Tantrums should be normalized.
I agree.
Alright. You guys are so healing. Glad I found you. I'll be back next week. Perfect. Yes, come join us. And if you resonate with the general messages, the general collective messages, I've done 3 of them. So if you just showed up today, you can go back and learn a whole lot more from the other readings. If you resonate with it and you want help to do some energy work, I am providing tickets for sale November 28th of this month, which is November. Duh. November 28th will be a group energy work and meditation. So tickets are $10. You get a guided meditation. It's probably going to be about 2 hours long. I'm going to help you disconnect from your old grid, your old energetic grid. So this will make you move away from like old habits that don't serve you, old energies, old mindsets, basically unplugging you from the old system, because the old energy grid is collapsing, which is why everyone's kind of like panicking and having just like a heyday and like wondering who they are. Okay. And dancing between knowing who they are and knowing they're not having any idea. If you feel like that, it's because you're probably transitioning between the 2 energy grids, and you might feel like you need help. Anyway, if you feel like you need help with that, I am doing that guided meditation and energy work with that. I will be personally going around and making sure everybody's unplugged. Are they centered? Do they need to purge? Okay. And okay, now it's time to plug into the new one. How is everybody doing with that plug-in? Are some people like dancing still? Okay, I'm gonna help hold that. And we're gonna do that a couple times. I'm gonna do that once in November and twice in December. So feel free to check that out if that's something that interests you. If you would like to book a section, I also have those services on my website. So you can take a look at everything that I do and see if something like that would be beneficial to you. Group work is going to be a bit cheaper, like a lot cheaper. So if you are interested, but you don't want to pay that hefty price tag on for a first try at it, definitely sign up for the group work, because that's really going to give you a better idea of what you're kind of going to get. Except when you do it one-on-one, it's just me and you. So we get a lot done. So yes, feel free to check that out. I appreciate you guys so much. I'm going to see, I don't know who's doing tarot right now. I guess I'll find out. I'll go to the tarot category. If anybody has any raid suggestions, I will take them, because I have not been on Twitch for a while, and I've never streamed on Wednesday was never my stream day, so I don't even know who's on. I don't know who's on, so I just gotta go look. Oh, maybe we should do Clarity Cat readings. You guys wanna raid Clarity Cat? Maybe that's who we should raid for the night. I haven't seen her for a while.
Same. It's cool peoples.
Turtles and Chill. Ah, maybe we should do them next time, Pumpkin. Maybe we should do them next time. What do you think? Hold on. I do like this emoji. Turtle, Chill, Hug. What do they do? Hold on. I'm gonna go look at them really quick.
For me, creativity starts with...
What are they streaming? They're streaming animals and zoos? What? What?
This is new.
This is cute. It's a tank of turtles. Oh. A tank of turtles. I have to go to the turtles. They're excellent people. Aw.
I resonate
Turtle
with
Shuttle
these
sounds
turtles
amazing. I'm totally resonating with those turtles.
for, you know what.
If only you knew what turtles meant to me. Oh my god, yes. Okay, never mind. We're going to Turtles and Chill.
That's
Sorry,
so
Clarity
awesome.
Cat. Maybe we'll do you next time. You got trumped by turtles. I'm sorry. It was animals for the win.
But it's turtles. Like,
Turtles and Chill. I'm gonna do this. Phew. Man, you'd think I'd remember how to be a streamer. You think I would remember how to be a streamer. After doing it for years and years and years and years and years and years. It was 3 years. It was 3 years. It's gonna be 3-year anniversary.
wow.
Alright. Thank you guys. I love and appreciate you so much. I hope we all enjoy the turtles. I'm excited for the turtles. I'm probably gonna watch and like wind down for the night because I need to go to sleep. Because I work in the morning. I'm a working girl. So I hope you guys all enjoy the turtles. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the love and support. Have a wonderful night. We'll catch you next week. If not this weekend, which this weekend will probably just be a chill stream where we just chat and like maybe play some Minecraft. That would be fun. That would be fun. Alright. Love you guys so much. Enjoy the raid. Have a nice night. Bye.
Have a good night.
Enjoy the turtles. Good night.